Look, as an asphalt paving contractor and a paving company, you need to have a website these days online. But how do you properly structure a website and structure it in a way that will help you generate paving leads for your business? I'm going to share with you guys exactly how to structure it to give you the best results possible. What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again, the Asphalt Marketing Pro, here to help asphalt paving contractors and paving companies understand this internet and show them how to use it to generate more leads for their paving services. In this video, I want to talk about websites and the proper structure, especially for an asphalt paving website and the structure that'll help your business generate more leads for your business. Now, you probably already know as a paving company, paving contractor, you just have to have a website these days. There's just no getting around it. That's what people do these days. They go on Google, they go on their smartphones, and they look for any type of contractor. They look them up on Google. And if you don't have a website, basically out of luck when people are looking for that. Now, when it comes to structuring a website, the main purpose of your website should be to generate leads for your business. So if you're already spending the time, you're already spending the money, you're spending the energy to create a website, you might as well build it in a way where it becomes one of the most powerful, valuable assets for your business. So I want to share with you guys the best structure to use when building out your website that'll turn that website into a lead churning machine for your business. And by following this structure correctly, what's going to happen is Google, the world's best search engine, and that's where people go to look for services. Google is going to reward you, the business owner, for providing a great website and a great user experience for your customer. So you have to understand that Google wants to place these websites on the search results. So if somebody types in paving services, paving company near me, asphalt paving contractor, that sort of thing, Google's out there looking for websites that it can display in front of that customer looking for that business. So if you focus really, really strong on providing your customer, the end user, the best experience possible with that website, Google's going to favor your business website and help push it towards the top of that search results. And it's also going to help push your Google business profile towards the top of the search results. So let me share with you guys the best structure to use when building out your website. Okay, so when building out your website, here's the number one thing I tell all asphalt paving contractors. You have to make it absolutely, undoubtedly, super crystal clear exactly what you do and where you provide those services. So your paving services plus your location. So let me give you an example of this. So check out this website right here. It says professional asphalt paving in Reno, Nevada. Looking for a great asphalt paving company in Reno. So if you take just your typical person, if you go ask grandma to go take a look at this website and just scroll through it, just skim it, and you ask her, Grandma, what is this website all about? She's going to tell you, obviously, it's a paving company out in Reno, Nevada, right? So that's exactly what you need to do with your website. You have to make it crystal clear to cut out the confusion, because if your customers realize quickly what this is, so will the search engine and favor your website and make it climb up the search results. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you build out specific services for your paving services. I know you as a paving contractor, I know you do driveways, I know you do parking lots, I know you probably do seal coating, road construction, crack sealing, overlays, whatever it might be. Some of you guys even do striping, whatever it might be. Start building out specific pages for that specific service in that specific location. So just like this, and every one of those services must link out from your homepage, just like this. So it should link out to here. For example, it says driveways, parking lots, repairs, roads, seal coating, and striping. Again, let's go back to this example here. You're going to see, as I scroll down through here, he's got driveway paving, parking lots, seal coating, repairs, striping, and road construction, just like that. And then when you click on each one of these, it goes specifically to that service. Asphalt driveway paving in Reno. Again, if you ask grandma to just look at this page right here, this specific page, just kind of skim through it, and you ask her, Grandma, what is this page all about? Well, obviously, Sonny, it's an asphalt driveway. They do driveways out in Reno. Make it crystal clear and make it easy for anybody to understand. Another thing you want to make sure is that Obviously, you're going to link from your homepage to each one of these location pages. Another thing that you really want to do, again, to create a good user experience for your customers, is to create a link from each page going to another and another and another. So, like the seal coating page could link out to the driveway page, the striping could link out to the repairs, the parking lot to the road construction, and then each single service page should have a link that goes right back to the home page. Let me show you an example of this. So here you have another asphalt paving in San Jose. Now, if you scroll through here, you're going to see each one of these services. So when you go to the driveway paving, it goes directly to the driveway paving page. And then you're going to see there is a link that goes to the parking lot page, right? And then from the parking lot page, there's going to be a link that probably goes to another page, the road construction page, right? And like I said, every single one of these location service pages should all have a link that goes right back to the homepage. So if you scroll down here, there's a link that goes right back to the homepage, perfectly structured. And obviously, the next thing you want to do is make sure you add an about page that tells your customers all about you. You could be personal on there, tell people what your beliefs are when it comes to the industry, what you believe in, like customer service, whatever it might be. You add an about page and you add a contact page, just like this, and just like this right here. Now, the about page and the contact page aren't like super, super duper important, but the reason you should add these on here is Google's been around for what, 20 years now? And every time it crawls websites, it knows every single website should have an about page and it should have a contact page. So you might as well build them out. So here's an example of an about page, little information about the business, and here's the contact page. Contact page isn't something super glamorous. It just lets people know how they can get a hold of you. And then that's it. You got it all set up. So the next thing you want to work on, once you have that all structured out, all these pages are linking with one another, everything's looking good. The next thing you want to do is start building out specific location pages. So if you're in a town, I'm sure there's a bunch of little towns around your area. Start building out specific pages for each one of those services. So if you do asphalt paving, for example, in Reno, Nevada, there's going to be smaller towns where you obviously do that service as well. So this is where you need to start adding location pages right here. And usually when I start out a website, I start out with 5, but as time progresses, you could always add more and more and more. The more pages you have, the more Google's going to like your website and help push it towards the top. So for example, this is just an asphalt repair and maintenance company, and he does this services in Orlando. His service areas are all over the place. So what does he do? He has asphalt repair in Orlando, but he also has asphalt repair in Sanford, and is a page specifically built for that city. He has another service page for Claremont, Florida. There it is, another service page, location page specific for that town. And so from this point, this is basically the minimum that you should have on your website. Your homepage, about page, contact page, 6 service pages, 5 location pages. As time goes on, I would recommend adding more service pages, more location pages, and you could even add something like a blog hub, so they can add more content, tell people more stuff of the services you provide, give people ideas, things that they might have, think about things that your customers ask in your area and create a article basically answering that question, things like that. And what it does, builds an authority of who you are in that local market. So you can add a blog just like this. And if you're in a smaller area, smaller location, less competition, you don't really need that much. But let me show you an example of blog. So here's an example of a blog hub page. That's what I like to call it. It's kind of like, imagine like a library of, and then articles of things that you've written about your paving services. So you can see some of these articles that are written here. And if you click on one of these, the blog post about the differences between asphalt overlays and resurfacing there in San Jose. And we have pictures and explain all this stuff to them, and then a contact information if they want to get a hold of the business, things like that. It's just adding more pages to the site. So once that's all settled down, everything's all built correctly, at that point, you connect that to your Google Business profile if you haven't done so already. Most people already do. But you set up a Google Business profile, connect that website onto that listing. And from that point forward, what Google's going to do is going to read all of the information off of your website, all those pages, all that content, and relay that information straight into this Google Business profile. So, especially somebody using their smartphone that are sitting around looking at their driveway or their parking lot that looks like hell, they're going to type in parking lot paving company, asphalt paving company, things like that, and hit search. And what Google's going to show that customer is three listings on their phone. And if you have that page that talks about parking lots, it talks about repairs, it talks about all that stuff, Google's going to have a tendency to push you towards the top, because what Google's doing for that customer, it's reading everything off your website and relaying it to that customer. It's being like the middleman. So the more you put it in here, the more information you add on here, the stronger the tendency will be to get your listing profile set up here at the top. Not only that, you're going to show up in the organic part, Google search results as well. And what ends up happening is Google's accustomed the customer base so strongly to trust Google that it's going to trust your business and push it towards the top, especially if you start getting reviews, and you're going to start pumping out lead after lead after lead if you do this correctly. So there you have it. That's how you properly structure an asphalt paving contractor's website or paving company website to get you the best results possible. So the name of the game is to make your end user, your customer, very, very happy with the search results to get on that website. If you do this correctly, Google's going to favor your website, and it's going to favor your Google business profile and help push it towards the top and place you right in front of those customers already looking for the service that you provide in your local market. So if you guys are looking for some help with that, you guys looking to get a website set up, you need to fix up the current one that you have, feel free to reach out to me in the link descriptions below. I have all this links so you can get in contact with me. I can take a look at your situation, your business, the types of things that you need in order to start generating more leads using this internet to get things going. Because I strongly believe the internet's the best place to start generating leads for your paving company, especially for people that don't know who you are. As a matter of fact, I still think it's the single best piece of marketing. And I created a video basically talking about that. You can check out this video right here to let you know more about that specifically. So that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.